Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting on my videos. It's been a long time coming. I'm finally got some more Pokemon in stock. And we got two prismatic bundles. I mean, not bundles, two prismatic ETBs. One Lily's premium box tournament collection. I don't know what that means, but and one booster bundle prismatic. And like I always say, like, comment, and subscribe. Once I get to 3,000 subscribers, you will be getting a Journey Together ETB. I'll take money out of my kid's mouth to give to a subscriber. Sounds good. All right, so I'm deciding if I want to rip this. Actually, let's start with the Ionos Premium Collection. Let's start with that. Yeah. Hold on, let me. All right, well, this is as bright as it's gonna get. So, we're going to be opening this. It's like a milk carton. Comes with dice and incredibly stuffed hats, as well as the promo card, which is pretty nice. So that's been opened. Nothing worthwhile in there. Here is the prize. That's like pretty cute. The pads are stuffed in, damaging the cards. All right, let's turn this upside over. All right. And let's change the orientation of this. We doing this in real time, baby. We do this in real time. All right. So we got a journey together. We got two journeys together. There's a Surgeon Spark, a Twilight, Obsidian, and a Paldea. The Paldea is really what I'm most interested in. Let's see what we got. It damages the hell out of these cards, though. Nothing and nothing. I don't hit on Paldea at all. It's pretty sad. Treasure cut. See what we did from Obsidian Flames. Looks like nothing as well. Oh! I spoke way too soon. Poppy. I'm gonna have that little sound. All right. My bad. That was a little crazy. All right, so we're hitting. Here's the Twilight. They really just stuck these in their little Asian hands. Not playing with y'all. Looks like we got Ordupon. What is this called? Heart Flame Mask. Pretty cool. I'm not really mad at that. Let's see what we get from Surgeon. Let's see if we get Latios. That'll be luck of the day. If I am trading it, looking to trade Latios, get a Latios to trade it. Now, of course, nothing worthwhile. Journey together. Let's see if my luck has finally run out for Journey. I did get a Warlord earlier, so I'm gonna skip to the mountain. Yep. Got the signature Mimikyu. Last patch. I don't like to say magic because my fairy godmother hates me right now. Nope, no magic, just hatred. Clearing the trash away. It's right here so you can hear me better. Okay. Let's see. Which one should I open first? You guys got it. The booster effing bundle. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're having a good day when you catch this video. It will be up soon. It's already up. I'm streaming. So, booster bundle comes with the little sleeve. Comes with the 6 pads. 6 pads are out. All right, start ripping and rolling. Prismatic is a really terrible set to open. Yep, nothing. I did store these from the vending machine, so shout out to the vending machines, and not to resellers. Pokeball Dust Glops. It's pretty cool. Nothing too crazy there. Oh, Friends of Paldea. Pretty. All right. Seems like we're warming up just slightly. Okay, that's pretty good. I haven't gotten that. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Not mad at that. Still got 2 ETBs. Got Pokeball. That's it. Pokeball Crispin. Not heating up as well as it goes. It might be my last time opening Prismatic. And I might become a scalper. No. Okay. Yeah, this is terrible. All right, y'all. No more Prismatic. Let's get to Shannon Sharpe. Oh, shit. All right. Trusty old YouTube. Trusty old YouTube. Shannon Sharpe. Oh, he's on. See what Tor TV says about Shannon Sharpe.
Finding a dentist that's here in our community and fits our budget was so important to us. Perfect.
I did not perk. I did not see LeBron working out. Now that I saw the little snippet just before we got this thing, and I saw him working out, guess what, Stephen A? The Thunder, a Boost Mobile bundle, WWE Royal Rumble. Lakers in 5.
Known for his appearances on ESPN's First Take, Pro Football Hall of Famer and media personality Shannon Sharpe right there, finding himself in the middle of a $50 million sex assault lawsuit. So now he's stepping away from his TV duties, but his case is what's trending in true crime. Attorneys filing the suit against the former NFL star earlier this week for a woman who's listed in court documents as Jane Doe. The suit accuses Sharpe of using physical force on her and inflicting emotional distress. The anonymous woman is claiming that her relationship with the 56-year-old started back in 2023 when she was 20 years old. The woman is represented by Tony Busby. That name sounds familiar? Well, it should. He's been known for having some legal battles with Jay-Z and Sean Combs, who Sharpe addressed in his statement on TikTok.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly.
and from the heart, this is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup.
Now, attorney Tony Busby told CNN, quote, takes a great deal of courage to stand up against those with power.
Shannon was reading from a teleprompter. God damn, this is an idiot. Sorry about that.
Fame and money. I look forward to pressing this case in court. Now, we're asking our power panel this morning, are these allegations brought against Sharpe a bad look or a preview into bad acts? Let's bring back in attorneys Kevin Brackett and Dave Ehrenberg and welcome in entertainment commentator Holland Reed. Holland, let me begin with you. Your thoughts, please.
Oh boy, Julie, messy, 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 petty, petty, petty. Take down, shake down, whatever word you want to use. We see this in Hollywood and entertainment, especially in sports, all the time. The thing is about Shannon, he is a direct shooter. He is very honest, and he does want the entire text message thread and the clips and the chats and everything released, and I understand why. But it doesn't make it less messy or nasty, and I think that things will come to light, but I think that it's going to be a really tricky situation if he was using his power and influence to, I guess, take away her autonomy or to force her into anything. It's kind of sickening. It was really hard for me to even read and listen to the things that were being said, but he is a straight shooter. He is a truth teller. That's what he lives on. He stands on that in his business, and I'm hoping that the truth comes to light and then it just is not as messy. It stops getting messy. It's very messy.
Right. Holland, you're right. Kevin Brackett, let me go to you next. Your thoughts, please.
Well, Julie, these are the hardest cases. When we look back at what Jay-Z just had this same experience last month, and there were, at the start of the accusations against him. Anytime you have someone coming forward to make an accusation like this against somebody who is well-to-do and has a great deal of money, it always is going to be raised the possibility that this is just a money grab, and that's exactly what Mr. Sharpe seems to be doing here. It doesn't necessarily mean these aren't true. Rich people do bad things sometimes. So I applaud his calling for all of the evidence to come out. If there is more to the tape that is apparently out there, obviously you need to see the entire thing, and usually the rules of evidence in every state provide for that. If you're going to put a piece of evidence in, you can't just shave off a part of the video and put that forward. You've got to put the entire thing out there so that the judges of the fact have the context for it. So it is so hard to tell at this stage whether this is just a money grab or whether Mr. Sharpe really did do something bad. But there's obviously some issues here.
Right. And Kevin, you're right. A complete picture is what is necessary here. That says a lot. He's calling for it. Dave Ehrenberg, last but not least on our power panel. Your thoughts, please.
Julie, that statement by Shannon Sharpe is for the court of public opinion only. It will never be allowed in court. His defense that Tony Busby, the lawyer here, is a racist and targets black men, that's not going to come into court, but he's trying to influence the court of public opinion. The problem for Shannon Sharpe is if other women come forward, just like in the Diddy situation, and corroborate the claim with something similar. And we now have reports that there is another ex-girlfriend who had filed a rape accusation against Shannon Sharpe a couple years prior. And so that's the type of thing you want to avoid from his sake, from his camp. But right now, you're innocent until proven guilty. We don't know, as Kevin said, if this is just a shakedown. The evidence will continue to come out. But that's the thing he has to worry about the most, that the initial complaint here will engender more to come and give more people courage to speak out against a very powerful celebrity.
Sandstone Care helps teens, young adults, and their families overcome challenges with mental health, substance use.
Sure. I love that.
Why you want to fuck with a 19-year-old? Niggas in my age range shouldn't even fuck with 19-year-olds. So, the fact of the matter is, the camera was tripping. The fact of the matter is that Shannon, you's a horny nigga. You's a super horny nigga. You so horny. Me so horny ass nigga. How you that horny? I don't know. If I'm that rich, I'm gonna just order prostitutes and have them come to the crib, have video evidence, have video confirmation, and have video throughout the house that it's consensual sex. And I'm not going to take it out their vagina and fuck them in the ass. That's not going to happen unless they say, hey, just fuck me in the ass. I'm going to do it. My bad.
That point, Dave, and it made me wonder initially when I saw the lawyer that filed it, I had to wonder, did she see what's been in the news with Diddy and Jay-Z? You know, how did she find Tony Busby? Really curious about that, and if that will affect her case one way or the other. As we know, he and Jay-Z got into it recently. Now, let's talk about another aspect of this. So Shannon Sharpe said he's going to temporarily take a break from his role on ESPN while this lawsuit plays out. His recent statement says, in part, quote, I'll be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. Now, Sharpe is most known for his television and social media appearances now, but before he found stardom on those platforms, he was a dominant tight end in the NFL for 14 seasons.
Told you, dominant tight end. That nigga like ass.
Here's a little more on him. Played on 2 Super Bowl winning teams, voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2011, retired as the NFL's all-time leader among tight ends in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. So our next question for our incredible power panel is, with so much to lose in the world of public perception, will Shannon Sharpe be able to rebound from the accusations? Holland, what do you think?
Oh man, I think this is exposure season. This is truth season. It doesn't matter what your accolades are. It doesn't matter what your title is, how many awards you have, how much money you have. If you are doing anything in the dark, that it's going to come to light. And this is not the time to.
If you fuck somebody in the ass without consent, it's gonna come to light. Because they'll be like, damn, you stretched my asshole out.
Rely on your notoriety. This is the time to be truthful and I guess pay the price for your actions. And hopefully, hey, well, if he bounces back from this like many have, we've seen it happen time and time again, power does that, but also it's the time for accountability for those in power.
Right, Holland, well said. Kevin, to you next, please.
Yeah, you know, so much depends on how this thing plays out, Julie. If there's some stunning piece of evidence that shows her talking about, I'm just going to get some money out of him, this is going to be a bump and run. I saw what this Busby guy was doing with P. Diddy and Jay-Z, and I thought maybe this is my chance too. If there's something like that, then, you know, he comes out smelling like a rose. Obviously, if that video shows something terrible, there's no coming back from it. And I think it looks like ESPN might be hedging its bets and trying to decide whether or not they want to risk having him stay on. So, you know, that's probably a calculated decision on their part as well as his.
Oh, that's a good point, Kevin. Thank you. Dave Ehrenberg, would you take us home? Your thoughts, please.
Well, videos are the worst thing for a situation like this. It's one thing to have an accusation, but if there's anything caught on tape, just ask Diddy. He was able to survive all those allegations over years until there was that video of him assaulting Cassie. Now, if any video like that comes out, in addition to the audio, that'll be a real problem for Shannon Sharpe. But if he's acquitted ultimately, then he'll be back on the air. We're a very forgiving society, despite cancel culture. If you're acquitted in a court of law, or if this case gets settled in advance, I suspect that his career will be far from over.
If your neck looks like this, you need to watch this video. When you sit at your desk or use your phone, your head protrudes forward. And for every inch your head protrudes forward, an additional 10 pounds of force is added to the neck. It's the equivalent of a bowling ball. Over time, the muscles tighten.
killer.
Thing that happened in between, so we're going to talk about it. So Shannon Sharpe, he is being accused of sexual assault in a new lawsuit for allegedly dating a 19-year-old OnlyFans model who's now suing him for $50 million. The woman has since released an alleged audio conversation of the two where he said, "I'll choke the shit out of you." So in return, Shannon Sharpe responded with the text messages where him and the girl were talking, and she said some things like, I don't want anybody to cut this with me saying this, but she said, "I know you miss this ass, $25K for each cheek, want you to put a big black baby in me," and a whole bunch of other things to him. He also then responded with the video saying he is going to defend himself because what's going on isn't right. And he said it's all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has also targeted Jay-Z. He said Tony targets black men and expects him to release a sex tape that tries to make him look guilty. So earlier, both lawyers for Shannon Sharpe and his accuser confirmed he also offered to pay $10 million to settle the case and not disclose the allegations with the girl. Whole lot to unpack. Cam, what are your initial thoughts?
Let me ask you a question before I give my opinion.
Okay.
Do you think this has something to do with her being white?
Yes.
I knew it. Why?
Because
so a black girl wouldn't do this?
I'm not saying a black girl wouldn't do it, but less likely to. I think, first of all, the whole big black baby and me, all that is like, okay, if you're into that, you like the race baiting, all that, cool. Some people like that. That's the first thing. Second thing, we all saw Shannon Sharpe might be signing a $100 million deal. Woo, 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 woo. You're an OnlyFans model and you're trying to get him with that. And now all of a sudden, $50 million. And this isn't to, discredit anybody who is, going through serious issues and like sexual assault cases. Like, hope that works out for all of you guys. But all the different terms in this, it's interesting. So yes, I think it has a lot to do with her being a white woman.
So from what I got from what you said, stay away from them white bitches. That's what you said in a real politically correct way. Yo, y'all black niggas that be fucking with these white bitches, see what happens? That's what Stat just said in a very professional way. That was really nice the way you put that, because that's all you really said. This what happened when you fuck with them white bitches. That's what you get. That's exactly what I heard from you. But look, it's a few, like you said, it's a lot of shit to unpack with this. First thing you said, $100 million, now they want 50 out of nowhere. But when you sue for 50, you don't really want 50. You take about 23, 20, 24, you go for the high number so you can settle out for what you really want. That's first and foremost. Secondly, she 20. How old? 92?
50, so I'm going to get his exact age.
You got to know what's going on. Not saying she don't fuck with you. Listen, I remember
56.
56. I remember Delicious from Flavor of Love wanted Unc. She was on his body too. Unc stay in shape. He popping, etc. It's a lot going on. Especially he has a newfound light. You know what I'm saying? What I will say is this, is that to me, for this,
Shannon Sharpe didn't want Delicious. I need to be. It's like the gay rumors. He wanted to show people he wasn't gay. Then he wants to fuck white. He's a country bumpkin ass motherfucker.
last few years, and I'm talking about not even a few years, probably 6-7 years now, because he started on, what is that shit with Skip he was doing? Whatever that shit was called, Undisputed, about 6-7 years ago. So you have Undisputed. Then he has the success with Club Shay Shay. Then he has his other shows that he do on the internet. Then not only that, you leave Undisputed and go to First Take. So when I first seen Shannon on the internet arguing, going back and forth with certain people, you know, even me and him had a couple words here and there. Nothing crazy. I got mad love for super duper love for that nigga. But when I see him going back and forth with other people, so to speak, and I say, he doesn't get it. Now he probably gets it. He's getting more seasoned. But I'm talking about last year when he's arguing the sex tape, if you want to call it that, and going back, and before that was other things, people saying that he was gay, and he's going back and forth arguing with people. I'm saying, It's one thing being a successful athlete, and then it's a different thing being a successful entertainer, even though sports is entertainment. But, you know, Shannon Sharpe is a Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, so people know who he is. But now you're sitting there talking about people. It's one thing when you're catching the ball, scoring touchdowns. It's another thing when you're opinionated about different people. So he found a new brand of success, and I don't think he knew about it in the beginning because, you know, he used to say, my sister said, when you're at the top, this, that, and third. Yeah, nigga, that's the way it goes. People are going to want to come at you when you're successful in this realm. When you're successful in football, people can't run as fast as you or jump as high as you or catch touchdowns. It's something different to where you're being opinionated. And now that you have a smartphone, everybody has an opinion. Anybody with a smartphone can have an opinion. So when you have this newfound success, you got to know how to move, especially with the bitches. You got to know how to move, my nigga, because they all, I'm not saying niggas don't fuck with you, but they want something. They want a couple dollars. They want $25,000 a cheek. Fuck is that? Yo, $25,000 a cheek, and you still speak to the bitch? Like you said, to me, it sounds like they had a lot of, what's the word? I don't want to use BDSM. They had a lot of like little rough relationship. When I say that, choke her and she like it, or grab her up and she like it. Because there's some shit I read it too, that he had anal sex and she got mad because he ain't put the condom on, or some shit like that. Obviously, Shorty likes some of this shit, my personal opinion. And like Stat said, I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody going through something serious. But the first thing I took from this when I heard it was, look, he was living in California and moved to Nevada. She moved from California to Nevada too. So if somebody's being abusive to you in one state, why would you move to the next state with the same nigga who's abusing you? I don't know. Me personally, I found the red flag with that personally. And then the next thing is this sex tape that's supposedly coming out. Shannon said, put the whole 30 minutes out, or 10 minutes, whatever it is. I guess there's some part in there for 30 seconds because brought that up. Shannon brought that up. He said, I believe he's going to release 30 seconds of it. Whatever that 30 seconds is must be nasty and violent and fucked up. If you don't want to put the whole 10 minutes and you reducing it to that 30, it must have been WWE in that joint. Elbow off the top of the bed, off the thrower against the dresser. You white little bitch, come here and suck big black dick. Fuck you talking about? You want nigga dick?
He wild, but he ain't wrong.
Get that part. I get it. Because I tell white bitches you want that nigga dick. But it's consensual. They agree. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I've been doing this in a different realm from him. I never made it as a professional athlete. I've been out here shaking and juggling these bitches since 20 years old. I know what you up to. I know when a bitch try to bait me in a text message to say some dumb shit. I ain't writing it back. You right. And I'm not writing nothing back. You can't get me to write a damn thing back when I see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Then you gotta know. You gotta know. See, that's the fucked up thing. It seemed like he trusted her from the conversation I heard. You gotta read the signs like,
I needed affordable therapy that fit my hectic schedule, and Rula delivered exactly that. Since starting my online therapy sessions with Rula, I've noticed a significant...
I don't want to get choked. That ain't something you usually say. Hold on. You don't usually talk to me like this. Why are you talking to me like this now? Yo, I'm gonna hit you back. Boom. And then you know, when shit ain't right, you be like, when you answer the phone, they be like, hello, hello, hello. They setting up. Oh, I can hear you now. They done set the call up. You gotta read all these signs, bro. And you gotta think about this, right? This is why, and a lot of people call this nigga Uncle Tom, and he don't like black people, or this, that, and the third, et cetera, et cetera. This is why Stephen A. don't get into no shit like this. And I'm gonna say none of us is above it, knock on wood, but he knows he works for Disney. When you work for Disney, a sex tape can't be coming out like this. You can't be admitting that, 30 seconds of this shit was kind of rough. I'm letting y'all know. Shit get a little wild. Didn't he 30 seconds get what? Yo, this Mickey Mouse in there. What you mean 30 seconds get wild? I think that Disney's getting a little more lenient because of shit like Pat McAfee, cursing at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. Not just that, Shannon had a little sex tape that he admitted to, nothing visual, just vocal. So I think it's a little more lenient, and I hope that Disney does keep him. I'm rooting for him because I do believe this is a shakedown. But when you start getting the video evidence and vocal evidence and audio evidence, I should say, pardon me, and text messages and this, that, and the third, that's crazy. Last thing I'll say before I let Stat give her opinion, if she has an opinion,
I do,
is that the Busby shit. I don't like the name Busby. It sounds like the nigga that you be like, have you been done wrong? And then an 800 number pop up at the bottom of the screen. Call Busby. We'll make sure we'll get your money. That name sounds crazy. The only difference between Jay-Z and Shannon's situation, because he put Jay-Z name in it because Busby tried to go after Jay-Z, is Jay-Z from beginning to end said, I didn't do a motherfucking thing. Jay-Z ain't trying to give nobody no money. Jay-Z ain't trying to settle out. Jay-Z actually said, fuck that. If y'all think y'all got something on me, fuck a civil lawsuit, make it criminal. I should be going to jail if I did something like this. And that shit was out of here because they knew they ain't have nothing on them. Now, when you trying to settle out on the low, it's a little bit of guilt there. Something happened. Not saying it wasn't consensual. Maybe you offered the money because you like, look, I ain't got time. I just need this to be swept under the rug so I can get back to work and do what I got to do in between these deals. But that's the problem too. Think about Puff and Cassie, right? You make this deal, you give Cassie $15 million or whatever she got, and be like, okay, everything's swept under the rug, right? Cool. Let's keep life moving. Now I never called nigga. I got the tape. Nigga hit you like Menace. You ain't seen Menace that. Nigga said, I got the tape. Nigga, now it's another nigga. You call, I thought we settled out, Cassie. This nigga made a copy and all that. Like, I ain't even know the nigga had a copy or that. Now you got Puff running down the hall and the towel dragging him out of here. After you done paid $15 million, it's a mess. It's a damn mess, man. I don't know how this is gonna play out, but I do know that it don't look good when you try to give somebody a couple dollars to sweep it under the rug. Like I said, Busby did go after Jay-Z. That nigga Jay-Z hit Busby with a Kentucky Fried 8-piece. Bop, 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 bop. Sent that nigga back in his office. We ain't hear about Busby until this Shannon shit. We'll see what happens, but that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I just want to add, a lot of things can be true. Like, yes, the girl is younger, but she's still of age. I feel like, you don't know what could have happened. She could have started something and then it got into something that she didn't want it to be. And at this point, you're already in too deep. As far as Busby, are we really surprised? Because he is a lawyer. He's going to go at somebody who is making a lot of money. That shouldn't be a shock. And then for Shannon, I mean, in the end, clearly he wanted to be satisfied and that didn't go the way that he wanted it to go. So I just feel like playing in the snow, you don't know how it's going to go. And that's kind of what you have to sacrifice.
Playing in the snow, you don't know how it's going to go. Okay.
For some people, it goes great. Okay. That's not to say you can't.
Do you play in the snow? You don't know how it's going to go.
You don't know how it's going to go.
But you don't know how it's
going to go. That's all I'm going to say. You don't know how it's going to go.
Go ahead, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you, guys.
No, I'm just saying, like, you don't know how it's going to go. There's a lot of money on the table, and I think for ESPN, some people are non-negotiable because we haven't seen any repercussions happen to them, whether it be Shannon Sharpe or Pat McAfee or Stephen A. They're in good spaces, but one day you never know how Disney's going to react because, like you said, now that we're actually talking about actual potential video evidence, it's changing things and it's kind of pushing their limit farther than they probably expected. So I just hope in the end, everything is figured out. Hate to see this happening because it's happening time and time because people are also choosing wrong people. I'm going to go back to an interview he actually had with Monique, who told him, you need to go talk to an older woman who gonna cook you some neck bones and some collard greens and lay up next to you and go to sleep. And honestly, that might be the best bet for you, because all this extra shit, especially when you keep kind of raising to the top, you know you're going to have more targets on your back. So I would just avoid the situation all over. Clearly, he tried to avoid it with the $10 million. That didn't work, because if she could try to get more and she has a strong case, she's going to try to get more. That's just what happens. So it's just being smart about it. And like Cam said, you can kind of tell when people are kind of starting to set you up. So
Jermaine struggled for years with dental issues before finally finding Nuvia. Listen to what he wanted most after his smile.
Hey, I don't know. Good luck to all of them.
Thing about it is, though, Stat, I mean, I don't know Unc like that, but it's like my man, shout out to my man Mars, my man Marshall and shit. He from my man from Mount Vernon and shit. My man Marshall said he don't like old bitches. He a little older. He said, my old skin and they old skin in the bed and shit, all old rubbing against each other. I like a little smooth young joint. That's his thing. He like, yo, fuck, I'm up here making all this bread and I'm gonna give it to some old bitch that's just in the house, just can barely with all this other shit. And our skin, that was my favorite shit he said. He said, look at my skin and her skin. That shit ain't, it's two old skins, man. I like that little baby skin, man. And he, of course, they have age, his chicks.
Yeah.
But he make money, and I'm pretty sure does Marshall get to that bag. But he ain't getting 100 million. Now, a lot of us aren't getting 100 million. So what I'm saying is, nigga, it ain't work out. You see, like I said, we don't know what that 30 minutes like. Unc might kill a bitch that's 60 years old, man. Might put in the hospital. Unc in shape. That nigga be sitting at the dust like this, doing this fucking his shit every day. That nigga lifting weights and doing all type of shit, my nigga. I don't know if an old neck bone joint, like Monique said, is going to get it for Unc. You know what I'm saying? That Monique might have been trying to throw a bit in right there when she was saying all that. But she definitely did say what you were saying.
Yeah, and then just real quick, against his age thing, that's fine. Like, if that's what you want, go for it. But just make some things make a little sense. Like, you gotta, the brain, what she thinking is still important no matter the age. If some things are kind of off, please trust your gut so we can just avoid the situation to begin with. That's all I'm gonna say. And especially because I see that, like, the younger girls nowadays are liking the older guys. Like, that's just a thing. Like, we're seeing it in all these relationships, these age gaps. That's fine. Just make sure she's smart. And if it's an older woman, make sure the guy's smart. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast as well as its hosts are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interest at heart, or our own. Enjoy the show.
Oh, audience, wait till I tell you guys about your Potter of the Month over here. Hey! Yes, sir!
Yo.
Yes, sir, Ski.
Welcome back, Freeze.
Yes,
Good morning.
feels good to be back, man. Good morning or good evening, depending on when you're listening to this broadcast. So happy to be here. Big Freeze in the building.
I'm back, man. Yo, I gotta say, man, I watched clips. Y'all was having way too much fun.
Oh, you didn't watch the episode? You didn't fuck with us that much?
No, I was hating.
Oh, okay.
Them niggas having fun. I wanted to see y'all depressed. Like, damn, son. I wanted to see the ball dropped a couple times.
Right.
I'm looking at Park sitting here. I was like, all right. I gotta get the fuck back to work.
Niggas was having a blast while you was gone.
Yeah, I ain't like that.
That's some bullshit. I told him about it, too. I did tell him about it. I was crying inside because I missed you.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I missed y'all, for real.
We missed you.
Your presence was definitely missed.
For sure.
Glad.
Everyone who wasn't here's presence was missed.
That's true. That's true.
Such as today, Mel and Ish are here with us in spirit.
Indeed.
Shout out to them. Shout out to both of them. We love y'all. Prayers to them both.
Mm-hmm.
Prayers to Corey as well, who's not here with us. We love you.
Love you, Corey.
Our brother in Christ.
Indeed.
Or universe. Or universe.
In universe.
Yeah, you know, Corey don't believe in all that.
Nope.
So, what we were saying before we cut the mic on, and now the mic is on. This is why you can't just rush out there and defend black people.
Dear Dr. K, I used to think I was never meant to be beautiful. You work within my budget and help me feel confident.
And I told y'all this when y'all was running around yelling free him and free him and free him to people that I didn't necessarily think should be free.
Or maybe.
I mean, it should have been under review.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's just hear everything out.
Yeah, we needed to hear both sides. Hey, a few of them niggas that y'all was putting on, I won't go there.
Yeah.
But our good brother Mark revealed quite the revelation.
Yeah,
sure did.
It's not that revelatory.
Because the first
says you.
Right.
Well, let them know what you did.
No, what happened was when Shannon Sharpe, when the first information came out, and I saw that it was the accusation was coming from somebody who was represented by, what's his name?
Busby.
By Busby, and I saw all the other bullshit that happened with Busby. I assumed this was just another celebrity shake. I tend to believe people when they say something happened to him, except for when Busby's involved.
Got it.
Fair.
So I hit Shannon up like, just checking on you, let me know how I can support you.
Did he respond?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And as each
nigga,
day,
hey Shannon,
you still on the phone?
You back there responding? No way. Are you crazy?
But this was still
Shannon Sharpe.
No,
this was Monday.
A phone should be kryptonite to you. Like, no, get that shit away from me.
Hey, Shannon Sharpe, you shouldn't be looking at a phone, saying nothing rhyme with phone. Nevertheless, hitting people back in the deep. Oh my Lord.
Yeah. So, as each day went by, I was like, I really wish I hadn't sent that. Really wish I hadn't sent that.
Yeah.
And the more we're gonna talk about it, but the more info that came out, I'm like, I am never supporting a black person again on this shit. No person, not black person, a person again. I just only tend to send this shit to black people.
You gotta support black people. You just can't rush.
You gotta wait a minute.
Yeah.
You gotta give it a second.
Gotta stay quiet for a little bit.
These niggas are crazy.
Yeah,
you
gotta
sit, see where they go.
Because we know us.
We ain't gonna tell you the whole story up front.
We know our shit.
We don't do that.
Because when I went home and got to thinking, listen, the first hour of this shit, we kicking Shannon's back in. Well, that's my position anyway. Let me not speak for my cast.
No other way to do it.
But when I went home after the last pod and was alone, well, my baby was there. I love you, baby. Mwah. But that's the same shit. And just got to thinking a little bit, like jogging my memory. Mm-hmm. I said, holy pig feet and pork chops, Batman. How the fuck did I not piece this shit together from ages ago?
Holy pig feet and pork chops, Batman.
Because you see certain shit as a media head and be like, mental note. Just keep it pushing. Mind your business. Mm-hmm. That's the other thing black people do well. We mind our business. But we see something now. We look out the little screen door.
Look out the window.
Yeah. But Shannon had a run where it was a lot of female guests, and I guess the gay rumors were going around.
Yeah.
And there was chatter about the way he would take pictures with women. That was at least a 6-7 month stretch. And then nobody said nothing, because we just assumed that, beard. Go ahead, nigga. Take a little freaky picture.
Thing, we know.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Go ahead, boy.
And then you listen to him a few times with Chad. Shout out to Chad, friend of the show here.
Nightcap, yeah.
And you just hear how he would speak when it came to certain, and it's like, oh, you one of them old Alabama football freaky boys.
And now you can get shit off.
You one of them niggas that used to be behind the barn, nigga. Unleashing aggression. Then I remember he was a football player. I said,
great football player.
Oh, shit. I'm sitting here thinking he's a fucking media guy. No, he a football player.
Sorry, then one.
Yes.
Wow.
This guy.
He ain't shit, man. That was solid.
I want to halfway support him, though. But I do think he on bullshit.
I think this is one of the times where I think everything is true. I think everything that's being said about him, well, let me say that. I think a lot of the shit she's saying is probably true. And I think everything he's saying is true, too. I think it's a big mess, and they deserve each other. That's my gut reaction to this.
They deserve each other.
That's anti-black.
It might be. I'm
to say they deserve each other is anti-black. But I mean, I get everything in your life you will to be there. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, why are you playing with this little? That's the other thing we got to talk about. All right, I'm gonna start this spot.
Yeah. How's everybody doing?
Great, man. Great.
I know it's some of y'all niggas out there that like younger girls, but it still can't be a mid-pack. Like, there's a lot wrong here.
Yeah, but
she's too young.
Let's get into it.
And nigga, her.
I got a whole theory on that.
I think I'm with you.
Yeah, we on the same. Yeah, let's get it popping.
Man, he was in that room throwing that little white bitch against everyone. What? Yo, they was having that masochist, wild BDSM. Nigga, get over here, little. Bow! Come back to fucking Master Daddy. What? Am I going too far?
No.
Just after the intro.
Yeah, just
let's
intro.
Let's hear some Saturday morning tunes. You know what I mean?
Yes, sirski. So happy to be here with y'all today, man. Really feeling good. Let me get these drops out the way.
Enough, Daddy.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
Oh my Lord, I'm so happy to be here with y'all today. Flip. What episode is this?
820.
820. Welcome to episode 820 of the Joe Budden Podcast. Yeah. I'm your humble, gracious, grateful, happy to be here. Host Joe Budden here with some really amazing people. To my right, Big Queens Flip. Queens Get the Money is in the building. Dr. Mark Lamont Hill in the building. Also, Dark Lamont Hill when he's here. The fans have appropriately called this thing Mark's burner account. Yeah. And I agree.
I love it. Good.
I love it.
I agree. That's what it is.
That's
We got Big Freeze, the freeziest of them all. Mr. Take It Further himself in the building. Big Parks, Elmira's finest. Poe is here. Big Missing Piece is here. Erickson is here. And nobody else is here. Please don't forget this is brought to you by, fueled by, powered by Prize Picks gang. Yeah. All right. How's everybody doing? What's popping?
Doing good, man. Chilling in there, man.
Good
times.
Now,
I gotta shout out my baby. It's her birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Come on, y'all. Come on, Big Rim. Big Rim.
Sorry to interrupt.
Happy birthday, Rim.
It's a little clear in here, man, but we're going to pick it up today like y'all picked it up. You know what I mean? Me and Freeze is back in the building.
Exactly.
Don't do none of that little fake shit you doing, try to do like dog whistling and all that shit that you and Mark Lamont here. None of that shit, nigga. We stopping that today, nigga. Today's day is fun. I'm back in the building, nigga. Act appropriate. You remove me from the side seat.
You're the bearer of responsible acting?
Yes, I am.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit. Act appropriate, crazy. We in the fucking building today. And I'm happy to be here.
Good. We're happy to have you.
Make sure. Smile, nigga.
If you don't love Queen's Flip on the podcast, you're a hating bitch.
Happy to have you.
Even if he's an idiot. He's a lovable idiot.
Let's get it, man. I was happy to see. I know Ish, I think he's out of town for something. I saw Mel last night doing a thing. Did y'all catch her on Shade Room? She was killing it.
I did see it.
It was really good. Yeah, she was getting real on love and talking about a younger love. Is there a double standard for men and women when it comes to dating younger? And she represented. She had the glasses on. She was sharp. She was. It was dope. She held it down. She really held it down. So shout out to her.
Yeah, she did a Shade Room Live.
Shade Room Live. Yeah. The on camera joint. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was fresh. It was real fresh.
It's on YouTube if you didn't catch it.
Okay. Shout out to Mel. She tried.
Sky high prices are everywhere. But your first exam and x-ray at
Yeah, man. Hey. Go ahead, girl. I do the same shit. Get the work up. You never know. Hey, man, I'm there. I do the same thing. Nigga trying to play around, nigga. I'm out there
working. Bang. Don't let that nigga stop you. We don't give a fuck. Yeah, spaces, cases. Show him you working, nigga. It's the shade room. Nigga went to the shade room with the glasses. Make a statement, Melissa Ford. Make a fucking statement. Let's get it, nigga. Get at that nigga Mark.
Send Mark the speech. Hey, nigga, read this in the morning, nigga. And don't forget.
Shout out to our sister
Oh my God, shout out to Mel.
Shout out to Mel.
Leave me alone today.
I'm not gonna start today.
Oh, I love a flip here.
Yeah, shout out.
I just gotta throw it near the rim. That's it.
Yeah. He set me up for it too. I saw the shit right there. He had me looking at this shit too.
I forgot wherever I was trying to start. Oh shit. Okay, I did go see Sinners.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Me too. Y'all doing that now?
However,
okay.
No, freeze this yet.
However, no, I'm just trying to get a small portion of the audience to hate you for the weekend.
Got it.
However, I'm unable to give my very detailed review because Freeze has not seen it yet, and he's going tonight.
Yes.
I've been ready since Monday.
I went out last night at like midnight to see this shit.
Me too.
I did that Monday
to talk about this
I thought we were
shit.
gonna do that on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was really important for work purposes. And I'm surprised anybody, but Freeze is going. But Freeze is going to see it tonight for work purposes. Such a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler,
Highest
friend of the
grossing
show.
original film since
Come on,
since Caddyshack or something.
Black that was racist. Wait, that was.
I just caught that.
It was.
That's racist as hell.
Right.
I was just trying to think of an old movie.
Yeah, but as soon as Freeze sees it,
Yeah, we going tonight.
we'll
We going
be
tonight.
here with our review.
'Cause I got thoughts.
You do you?
Yeah.
Or we'll send Freeze ass to Starbucks in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And just get a little bit in.
That sounds like a plan. 'Cause I got to know what you think about some things on there, and I got to, yeah. And you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know what y'all think.
Great film,
Everyone's
too.
seen it. I loved it.
Well, the whole listen.
All right, look. If we're here, let me know so I can go to Starbucks.
Hold on, Freeze.
I'll take a cappuccino.
I do want to say a little.
All right, well, hold on. Let me go. Let me go to Starbucks.
Step, I'm
Come
sorry.
here, let's go.
Step just for a little something.
Yeah.
The close Starbucks.
Oh, they both.
Not the one that's.
They both leaving. Hold on.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, don't go outside and do no. Oh yeah, go outside so you can see it. Right. We know those little breaks.
You got to be careful.
We know
There
those breaks.
you
Oh
go.
shit, y'all walked out at Joe's birthday party.
Yo, y'all did that at my birthday party. There was wild behavior at my birthday party that we could just never address.
I'm so mad I ain't go to that party.
Mark Lamont Hill.
I was at home like mad as shit.
Damn.
You should have went to.
Oh, that was before you were like really up
Yeah,
here. Like,
I had got the invite.
He still got the invite.
I got the invite, but wifey, we just anyway. Yeah.
You gotta blame your wife. You got to.
It wasn't gonna play.
At that point, you don't know that that's an event that you probably should just. A lot of shit went on that.
Lot of shit
that
went
we
on.
just swept under the rug, and I don't
Sure.
even have a broom.
family business. It is what it is.
Yeah. Shit that we saw in plain sight.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Obvious shit.
I didn't know Freeze was doing that at my birthday party.
Yeah, that disappeared for a little bit. Yeah.
Hey, Freeze. Listen, my main takeaway from Sinners is don't date white bitches.
Yo,
The whole movie
Shannon Sharpe
is telling you in mad different ways not to date the white chicks.
Not trust white people in general. I think was a
at all.
That's my wife literally turned to me about 3 recorders through. Was like, Dr. Umar tried to tell us.
If someone comes to your door with a banjo, no,
don't let them in.
Absolutely not. Get that banjo shit the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's the best takeaway from me. I loved it.
Yeah, I love
it. And don't succumb to greed neither. Money is not everything. When she went out there to get, because if she didn't go out there to go check on the white people and get money from them to see how much they had, I mean, nothing would have happened.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
So don't because don't fall in the greed.
One of the twins, I don't remember which one, was kind of cool with the fact that it wasn't really making no bread. We're going to build this up.
Small.
And yeah, they sent the white girl out to bring in some more.
Actually, Stack was the one who was cool with it because he was the one like, yeah, fuck it, take the wooden nickels. Yeah.
What else? I loved how this was. I think this might have been Ryan Coogler's best film, in my opinion.
I think Fruitville's still better, but
they still different. Yeah,
they're very different.
This was like this is one of them like masterpiece things
for sure.
That one is a lot more like
story.
Yeah,
Fruitville was a real event.
Yeah.
And Ryan Coogler wasn't nobody.
True.
Right.
So, wow, it tugged on our strings. We all cried. But no budget, real story. We see what he did. Black Panther is still Black Panther. There are other reasons that we go into the theater outside of, hey, Ryan Coogler's involved in this.
Right.
Granted, he did a great job, but
For sure.
we come into the theater in droves for other reasons as well.
Yes.
Right. Yeah,
The
okay.
same thing could be said with Creed. You're leaning on 40 years of equity
Right.
with
Fair.
Rocky
The franchise.
fans, Apollo.
Fair.
You might have did an amazing job, too.
Yeah.
This movie was my first time, because I don't want to be ignorant to the movie buffs out there that may know differently, was my first time seeing Ryan Coogler as Ryan Coogler, trusted with this large of a budget, relying on his star player that he done called on 3 and 4 times to now come and be 2 niggas.
Yeah.
Because this is so important. I can't lose the viewership of you not being involved in even the bad side of this when we cut to that. Like, this was just, it was a lot going on. I loved all the historical shit. I loved them saying, still, even in this, don't play with them natives. I love that.
Yes. Yeah.
I loved
Yeah, they should have listened.
Yeah, don't play with them natives.
Yeah.
I thought that
The
was
natives came.
They
with-
tried to tell.
Yeah.
This ain't that. This ain't that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Cut him out. Is he in here? 'Cause we here for business.
Right. Yeah.
And they ain't play with them.
Nope.
They ain't do none of that evil eye, none of that shit with them.
No. And them Choctaw got the fuck up out of there. You ain't, they ain't get no more problem.
Exactly.
That's what I loved about it.
Exactly. I love that. Until the Korean lady did the cornball shit, I loved how they held us down.
yeah.
Because then I later read that historically the role
Between
that they
blacks
played
and
in
Asians,
that was amazing. And then I'm a musician, so all of that musical shit
was fire.
First of all, I think
not all of it.
I grew up in a blues household, so this was a trope that I'm familiar with, and I just love putting blues in the forefront in 2025 in that manner.
Yeah, I totally agree. Why you say not all of it?
That one mashup scene, I couldn't. It didn't.
Irish?
Yo.
No, the swaggerless trap drum.
Yeah.
Blues.
They lost me for 35 seconds.
Yeah, they lost me too.
That was
the one.
That was fire.
It could have been the one. They should have called Metro or somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the idea of it. I didn't like how they executed it sonically.
A little.
Now they buy that shit, y'all.
Yeah, y'all crazy as hell.
It's
the message behind
that scene is the one where I'm sitting there almost teary-eyed a little bit.
Me up.
Because it didn't sound right at first.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And then when it took you a second to see what was
It adjusted
happening
in your ears
and be
sonically.
like, and yeah. The blues dude, man, I didn't expect his voice to be like that once he started singing in the car.
Oh, he said
I'm gonna say this one time. Go see Sinners, because that's one of the best movies I've ever seen. It will tug at your heart, make you laugh, jump scare you, and revitalize your love for being black.
Neither did the twin. It's like, oh shit, hey, come with me, homeboy. Right. You can sing like that.
What's my man that plays the harmonica? What's his name? The actor?
Delroy Lindo.
Yeah.
Yes.
He would be a dead ringer for Howlin' Wolf if they ever do a movie. I don't know if you guys are blues heads.
Yeah,
but.
yeah. Oh, that's speaking of blues. Buddy Guy at the end, the real Buddy Guy at the end.
Oh, come on, man!
And most people had left the theater when we saw it because it was like a postscript. So people had walked in.
My whole theater stayed and knew to stay.
I went to a black theater. Niggas was gone.
I went to a white theater with black people in there.
Okay.
Like, it was nothing but black people in there.
You had a culture.
Was a black theater? Magic Johnson, nigga?
I don't want to say which one, but I'm just saying I stay for the end credits.
Got it.
And a lot of people don't read the credits. You know what I mean? In general, but afterward, when they popped up, that the genius of that scene, I also thought was they hit home something that was subtle throughout the whole movie about the exploitative nature of white culture and white culture theft. When dude come in with the Coogee and the white girl, and when they come in that scene to meet the new version of Preacher Boy, it's like
but now
this is more Vulture.
But now you are alive with this white girl. But you can only come out when it's dark. Like, you're kind of stuck in this really nasty, ugly life, even though you're alive. Versus the big black woman, the beautiful, thick black woman that I love. I loved it. That was her role and portrayal. I was real sad when she got bit.
Yeah.
Spoiler alerts.
Yeah, sorry.
But I love that love story. And though they died, it was like it was like we're alive in spirit through multi-generations.
Yes.
So it was just telling a lot of different stories. It was.
I loved all of it. I thought, to your point, the blues piece was beautiful. There's this moment where Delroy Lindo talks about the blues. He said the blues is sacred.
Yeah.
And he talked about what the blues meant. And he said, not that shit they gave us religion-wise, but the blues is ours. That get into our souls. And the blues was like a real weapon to fight these vampires by the end.
Yeah.
And he's a survivor. So it's a way of talking about black traditions that I thought was dope.
Yeah, that's what I took from it too. Like, you know, telling Sammy to hold on to the blues because that's ours, you know, Christianity and all the stuff that we learned was given to us by the white man, and it was forced on us. You know what I mean? We have this. Let's cherish this. Don't let that go. That was an important part for me as well.
And when they were driving down the road, and when he drive, because they're talking about the convict lease system. You know, when black folk basically put back on plantations after slavery, and they're driving down the road. Delroy Lindo gets up, sees all the dudes, tells that crazy story about everything that happened with those guys, and how he was part of that. And then the way he processed it was to start singing.
Right.
And then to have my man play the guitar. So the blues became a way of healing. Like, it's just like, it was dope. They got into that. And I was in love with that sister, man. Like, I love the hoodoo. The sister was doing hoodoo.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was the first movie I've seen in a long time on the mainstream that didn't make black spiritual traditions look cultish or look creepy. The creepy people were the weird white people, the Klan, right? But she had Aleke beads. She had Aleke beads. She was doing hoodoo. She was doing jobs. Any of my spiritual people that know.
Sorry not to cut you off, but who, if you're watching this movie, should also be identified.
Yes.
That's up. I'll leave that up to you to identify them how you want. But I had a picture of who that was representing throughout the movie. The demon white people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you were saying
No, I just they just told a whole story about black spiritual traditions and the mix between music and spirit. That I thought was powerful, from the church to the hoodoo to the blues. I just thought it was beautiful, and without having to hit us over the head with it.
Yeah, a very subtle way of telling you exactly how you lost culture.
Yes.
Yeah. It was such a ill.
The movie was about stripping yourself of the things that are fed to you, given to you forcibly, and becoming who you truly are meant to be, or was meant to be, before your ancestors was brought to a land that was unforgiving, catastrophic, chaotic, and monstrously violent towards you. And this is what it is. That's just what it is.
Sleek way of holding the mirror up to you, because it can't happen without your invite.
Yeah.
And that part just being so, and my beautiful black sister. What is her name again? Because I don't want to keep saying that. But when she was like, "Hold up now, homeboy, you about 6'7", 6'8",
right?
What you need an invite for,
right? You don't use one no other time.
You can push right on. You can push right past her.
Listen, behind every black man is a strong black woman that's gonna see something that maybe you don't.
For sure.
Wunmi Mosaku.
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
Yeah, I absolutely loved her portrayal in the movie.
Even the Irish mashup, I like that. I like, when he was.
Oh, now you got to get in my bag.
Oh, he was getting into it.
I love that. It was so many gems in that. How music is taken and is sort of like redefined, right? It's redefined and sometimes it's misappropriated, but we all fall in line, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
While the white man is in the middle, and we all fall in line a lot of the times when they come into our culture and take control of it. That's what I took from that, man. But it was fine.
Now, listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I love this point that you brought up. I love this movie. I love the premise. I love all this historical black shit that we talking about. I love the blackness, the blackety blackness of it. I also liked White Thriller in the Woods.
Fire, man.
But I think that was part of the messaging about culture and all that shit. It's like, oh, that shit kind of slaps a little bit. It's not really what we do here, but maybe y'all could come in because it's not bad and y'all got some money. You know
they was watching from the house.
Right.
Like, oh shit, look at the white nigga. And then I was in the theater like, white niggas is jamming it. They did that little dance with no rhythm. I was like, yeah.
As a person of Irish descent, I didn't like our music being portrayed as the evil music like that, but it's cool, man.
Y'all was in the woods smoking that shit.
They was getting busy.
That was fire.
That was a fire scene.
Yo, it was all good.
Yeah, it was.
I had a couple nitpicks. I had a couple nitpicks with the film. I'm the dickhead in the movie with Nick taking notes. Oh my god! I'm always gonna be me.
I was too high for that.
You know. Anyway, some of the accents were bad. I didn't love the accents, and I thought they should have done a little bit better. And this is my nerdy thing with movies.
Sure.
I hate when the slang don't match the era.
Oh, okay.
Like when he's like, "Let's get it popping."
Oh, I didn't hear.
Or
that.
let me holler at you. Or even paddy wagon in the South. You know, little things like that. Real quick, irked the shit out of me.
That did the same thing when I was listening. Side note, when I was listening to the autobiography of Malcolm, because a lot of words that we said now in that auto, I don't know when that was written, but they seemed like back in the days it was being said. I don't know when.
Good thing we have a Malcolm scholar.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Like he put me onto it. And I listened. I'm like, wait, they said that back in the days. They was saying this back in the days.
But they was.
Yeah, some of that shit was
because he wrote the book in right before he died.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's so crazy how we adapt the slangs today.
Yeah.
Right? There's certain slangs about Harlem and shit. And I'm like, I was listening to it. Like, they didn't say that back in the days. I swear to God. But I realized when the book was written, and I said, oh, they were saying that back in the day. So. I mean, you may know, but it could be a possibility. You know, ever since I listened to
some of it, you're right. You're right. Some of it could be like a circular.
Let me
thing.
holler at you. Might have been saying back. Yeah.
But the thing that irked me the most was only like Michael B. Jordan looks like. I mean, that last scene where he's shooting up the place with the wife beater on. It looked like he came from Vietnam, not World War I. Like nobody in 1930. The nigga, come on, he look like Rambo.
You know what that scene is for. I want my star player in a tank top sweating with a gun with muscles, killing the bad guy. We don't care about
I'm a hater.
Yo, this is our...
Yeah, that was hate. That's definitely
totally hate.
This is the scene that's selling our movie.
Yeah, I get it. I'm like, I'm in the movie. Everybody was women cheering, niggas clown. I'm like, Jim Crow didn't have triceps like that.
Oh my God.
I was talking.
Oh my Lord.
It's complete hate. Let me be very clear. And I love Michael B. Jordan. That's my brother. Love you, bro. But yeah, too many muscles.
Michael B. Jordan, amazing job, man.
Yes, you bodied it.
Really, really, really great job in both roles. I have nothing to say. I have absolutely zero to say.
They try to pigeonhole him as far as his acting. You know how far does he? But he did great here.
They is me.
You say he didn't speak or some shit.
I thought about that.
They is me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to they me. I'm right here.
He overexcelled. Like he did great.
This is his. I loved him in the movie about Byron Stevenson too. What's it called? Where he played the lawyer. Just
the Mel question.
Getting somebody out of prison.
She's
but
not here, my nigga.
Oh, sorry. But it was like a couple years ago. But this was. In terms of the stretch and the reach and playing two people and all the shit he had to do and the action and all that stuff, this is my favorite performance of his. This and Fruitvale.
I would like to know how they did some of that, like technically.
Yeah, like as far as the twins, right?
Yeah.
I thought the same.
That was
thing.
fly.
Does anyone think that one of the twins was supposed to be Jonathan Majors? That's something that's...
Quick answer, no.
been floating around out there.
Oh.
I read something about him saying that it was important for them to be fraternal and not maternal twins, meaning they look like identical twins instead of non-identical twins. There's something in there.
I was just about to tell you, I forgot the meaning of fraternal, paternal, and all that.
I might be messing that up. There was something important about them.
Yeah, which ones match?
Right. I thought it was the opposite, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. But yeah, them looking the same made it kind of dope.
Yeah,
it made it kind of dope.
Yeah,
and you know, once you see once you visualize all of the Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler collabs and see them side by side, no, that ain't what I saying.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he put it out there.
And Freeze was on it too. Can you break down what happened? Because it was an unk moment.
It definitely was an unk moment. Somebody sent him a text message of
my class. Mm-hmm. Like the Clarks and the Irvs and the list goes on. No, that ain't what I saying.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he put it out there.
And Freeze was on it too. Can you break down what happened? Because it was an unk moment.
It definitely was an unk moment. Somebody sent him a text message of what to say. They typed it.
As I played earlier, that nigga was reading off a the screen like that fucking idiot.
It out. Yo, dog, copy this. This is your statement. They even signed his name at the bottom.
Yeah.
and
I posted it.
Yeah, yo, post this. That's what they told him. Yo, post this.
Yeah.
He screenshot it, cropped a little box, and posted it.
Yeah. He took,
Yeah, you know.
Which made it look, to some people, including myself, even less authentic.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, it looked like you may not even read it.
You didn't read it.
You know what I'm saying? Like the PR team just
screenshot and hit tweet.
But what the message effectively said was that he's stepping away from ESPN to deal with this unfair attack that he's receiving, but that he'll be back by the start of the NFL preseason.
Yeah, I read that.
Which is interesting, right? No, I was going to say one more thing. I spoke to 2 executives at ESPN the day before.
Fucking journalist right here.
Right.
Yeah.
And what they told me was that he wasn't returning to ESPN. Like that they were already going to cut him. So I'm wondering if either they changed their mind or they got
Goddamn, a little ditch in the ass and cost you millions of dollars. Hope that butthole was worth it.
put all the possibilities out there. Sure. Or this is his team trying to preempt that. Like I'm gonna take a break before y'all officially fire me, because now they can't say he's fired, and hoping that this dies and goes away.
The second that he said he would be back at the start of NFL preseason, I took my hands out. Started just doing some counting.
Sure.
August. Oh shit, August is right there.
Yeah,
so let me be the third person to tell you, Dr. Mark Lamont. Shannon Sharpe will not be back at the start of NFL preseason.
Or season. Or playoffs.
Or postseason. Shannon Sharpe will never see the ESPN airwaves again. And we wish that on no one. But he won't be back in August. But
Not at all. He's gonna be back in some butt. Probably man butt, women butt, trans butt, they butt, him butt, anywhere but ESPN.
Wait, time out. If he were to be acquitted, exonerated, whatever the word is,
it can't work.
Not by August.
It's too bad now.
Well, yes, but I'm saying certainly not by August.
Gotcha.
Dog, every 10 minutes something else is coming out.
There's a new accuser now.
Like,
yeah, I've read that.
Like now, we're at the point where we're in full-on attack mode. Like just the noise, again, you talk about companies and weighing your risk. The noise is too loud at this point.
And this is Disney.
Yeah, Disney don't play.
I'd like to know what happens to his other platforms. Like, great, you won't be with Disney.
Right.
What happens with Nightcap? What happens with your shit?
I think he'll be fine.
Some of that shit
I love that he's still working.
Yeah.
Because I like to see people work through the drama.
Yeah.
Are those his?
Nightcap is Shay Shay isn't. Shay Shay's owned by
Volume, right?
Volume. Yeah. So, I mean, look, he makes a lot of money for people. And if you don't have a brand, if you're not brand conscious, like these YouTube channels generally aren't, you'll be fine. Now, I'm sure he lost a hell of a large bag.
You might take some of them little logos off the the YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that shit's gonna be.
He's having a lot of private conversations in the back channels.
Yeah,
for certain.
So I don't know if he, and I'm curious to know what y'all think. Like, I think he's mishandled this at every turn.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
At every turn. Releasing the information about the girl didn't do what he thought it was going to do.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt a lot more than it helped.
Yeah.
He need a fixer.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You need a Olivia Pope or somebody on your squad. You need somebody there to say, "Yo, dog, chill out. Let us handle this."
Right.
Releasing the girl is when he lost me.
That didn't help either.
Once I saw the girl, I'm dead ass.
Say more.
It's not a $25,000 butt cheek.
No.
For me, for me, it's the same. For me, it's the same. Same rules apply for when we talk about the age gaps the other way. It's no difference to me.
Right.
You are 56 years old, about to be 57. My girl was talking about, you're 50 years old. I said, no, the fuck he ain't. Let me hit the Google. No, he ain't. It's just 50. He ain't 50.
Yeah.
No, you 56 years old, and you met the girl. See, that's what I was asking you. It was unclear when we recorded last time. All that was said that broke while we were recording was he met this girl when she was 19, which is foul. But I don't know when you met the girl, and that don't say when you started being romantic, so I won't rush to judgment. Nigga, they say you met the girl in 2023. Nigga, that's yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna say
that's very, 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 very recent. So now you're just nasty. If you didn't do nothing wrong and your story is legit, you look nuts, dog.
Crazy. And that's why he can't get back to ESPN, because even if he did nothing wrong and nothing illegal, just the shit he's acknowledged he did.
Looks absolutely nuts with this little tiny OnlyFans girl.
Listen, I am 41 years old. My wife is 31 years old. We were at a college bar in Elmira this last weekend, which is all probably 21, 22-year-olds. And I felt anxious and weird and had to get the fuck up out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
weird.
obviously we have no interest in sleeping with any of these people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
You don't want to talk to them, damn near.
I don't want to. I don't even want them to look at me or look.
Our world should not.
We should not coexist.
His kids are older.
I'm 15 years younger than him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
His kids are older than that girl.
Yeah.
That's
the thing.
I don't judge age gaps. Obviously, I just said that me and my wife have a 10-year age gap.
Yeah.
But
I got a 10 years as well.
Fucking with teenagers is crazy to me.
Yep.
It's wild. So he also, because there's a few angles you play when you get caught in a situation like this. One is I didn't do it. Two, whoever they is, are setting me up. So we tend to close ranks around people who get set up. You lose they're setting me up when you 54 with a 19-year-old that you met at the gym. You know what I mean?
Stop right there. That's another thing I had to get clarity on when I went home and had time to think to myself. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't.
What, meet her at the gym?
You didn't. You didn't. That's something that was able to fly last time when we were just recording there. Oh, I met her in the gym. All right, cool. Once I seen it, you was not just on the fucking Stairmaster. You wasn't just trekking along
damn, yo.
and exchange. Stop, yo. Stop. Now you playing with me now.
Yeah.
Now you playing with me now.
Well, a theory's been floated by his bodyguard. He did a tweet and delete.
Absolutely love tweet and deletes. Those are my favorite things that people do.
The messiest shit ever.
Messiest shit ever. His name is, he goes by Big Zaka. On April 24th, he tweeted, "Fuck NDA." That's, non-disclosure agreement. Fuck NDA. That nigga Shannon met his hoe at a Diddy party when she was 17.
Yikes.
Watch Cat back and you'll understand me, and watch the Cat Williams interview back from 2024. Now, again, I don't know if it's true. I don't know anything about it, but this is another piece of information in response to what you just said.
Without knowing if it's true, just the tweet takes that Cat Williams level to God, that Cat Williams interview to godlike status for me.
What's the reference in the? I don't know the reference from the Cat.
What he's saying is, watch the Cat Williams Shannon Sharpe interview when he was talking about
Shannon Sharpe definitely no.
And
actually, he touched. I know he didn't grab Diddy's butt a little bit. He didn't grope that nigga.
The Puff parties and in relation to meeting white girls and what white women will do to you. The Kang conversation that he mentioned, Jonathan Majors. Okay, Monique kind of had this same conversation with him.
I saw that. Yeah,
but to say that tweet about Cat Williams, that says that Cat Williams is kind of doing this interview knowing about you, because in that I went to look for it, and Cat is saying, "Yo, dog, I'm able to speak this way because I know about everything I'm saying. I have receipts. I can talk." So if you put any validity to the tweet, it's like, all right, Cat Williams know about you and it's playing in your face.
Got it. I didn't catch that reference at first.
Yeah, me either.
That's ill. That's ill. The next stage of this is more accusations come out. One, an old accusation is revealed. There was the information that he apparently settled, or Fox Sports settled a suit with an employee who said that he choked her. Now, his team responded and said it wasn't what it sounded like. He didn't choke somebody out in the middle of the job, but that there was some playful, physical interactions that happened. And I guess
Nigga, too big, too black to be playing around with stupid. I know he fucking flirts and acts goofy and stupid with white bitches. He's like, oh, and then he see a black woman. He be like, now you need to calm down, sister, because they gonna get you out of here. Fucking Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Bitch made nigga.
It'd be like if we were tussling at work and somebody decided to sue. Like if Flip just started choking me while we wrestling and I decided to sue Flip. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like it would be
Not
like
the company.
What'd you say?
I think that's page 9. On the contract.
Don't do that.
Not the company.
And you can't do that with a woman, bro.
No, agree. And we don't know if that's what happened, right? That's his team. But the team did say, ask Fox Sports what happened, which you tend not to do unless you're telling the truth. So
I don't know Fox Sports.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right.
That never works on me. Ask such and such. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But then there's the accusation from a former girlfriend that's come up of actual sexual assault and stalking. So
she had a restraining order and everything.
Right. And when he was at CBS Sports, he was sat down for a moment until the restraining order was lifted. And they sort of let it go. That's what I'm saying. It's hard for him to get back to ESPN. And again, I'm not wishing anything on anybody. But it's hard when you see CBS, Fox, this. When you see this case, this case, this case. It's hard for people become less willing to believe that this is just a big misunderstanding. The third time.
Right.
Or the fourth time, or whatever it is.
Even the audio of the phone call that when was first released, he made it seem like it was chopped and edited to
make him look a certain way.
Yeah, like he was talking dirty and then she chopped it up and made it look like some other shit. But it don't sound great. It does sound edited, but it don't sound great. And you don't sound sexy. That I know niggas change their voice for sexy time talk.
Yeah.
I know. Come on, man. Listen, I've been on Earth long enough to know that part. That wasn't sexy time voice. I'ma choke you. That was the other choke you.
I'ma fuck you up.
That was the
That was that. I'ma fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know what you like. You know what you did.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. We telling the truth here.
No, that's what it sounded like to me too. Hey, yo, hold on. We
go ahead.
I'm gonna be mindful.
No, you're not. You're gonna take the other side in a horrible situation like that.
I'm not gonna take the other side. No.
you got 2 years of being a country. Hold up, you. All I mean, what did the bitch do?
I'm not taking the other side. I just watch us hold ours to the fire, and there are the other side. There are praise for dating 19 and 20-year-olds. You know what I mean? And that's just a thing that I've been sitting with. Like when it comes to us and our people, we hold them to the fire. Shannon but when
Shannon, we kill Bill Belichick. We don't.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
When Leo and them do it, and it's praise, and it's like a thing. It's like an influx. It's like a rotation of it. Like, okay, I met her at 19. Now she's 22. I'm gonna go for another 19-year-old. And people, oh, look at this girl. She's the hot model. Or look what we got. And they're taking pictures and stuff like that, which is understanding. No disrespect to Parks and Poe in y'all culture, probably. I don't know, but.
On that note, we don't know what's funny as hell. No disrespect, that's just y'all's culture. It's fucking crazy. Shout out to Flip. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Let's get to 3,000 subscribers. 3,000 subscribers. Or I'm not gonna take this shit for 20 days.